Hi Leo, welcome to your February 2018 overview reading. This is good for you if you are a sun, moon, or rising Leo. So I'm doing a different spread for you guys today. I hope that you enjoy it. And if you're a Twin Peaks fan, I'm using a Twin Peaks inspired deck, which I actually really enjoy. So I hope that translates in this reading because the messages are really clear. And don't forget, if you are looking to work with me, all of the links are in the description box, so you can get cards read, you can get an intuitive counseling session with me, whatever you're looking for. And so a little bit about this spread, the way I've structured it is so that the center card is the central energy that you're going to be working with this month. The internal four cards, these four right here, are going to be like what's going on with you personally, and then the outer four cards are what the circumstances that you're encountering are. So like more circumstantial, what's the environment that you're dealing with. So I'm gonna pull a career card for you really quick. Let's see what's going on with money, career, finances for Leo. Moonlighting. So what I will say is if you want to pause that, you're welcome to read it. So this doesn't just apply to a dream career. So yes, moonlighting is traditionally for entrepreneurs who are trying to start businesses, but it doesn't just apply to that. That can also be a passion that you're looking for, or like if you're really wanting to make time for a specific hobby, for a specific thing that you would like to spend more time on developing or growing, even if it doesn't result in any income. So moonlighting isn't just for creating income the way that I read it, okay? I just put down your timeline, and let's see what truth bomb is coming up for you. Oh, that one? Does that one? Yep. Joy lives at the edge. Okay, so that's a good one. It means push yourself this month. Not burn yourself out if that's something that you have a tendency to do. Joy is about doing things differently. When it says it lives at the edge, it's about trying things that you've never done before. And so this is about breaking patterns. Okay, and the central energy you're going to be working with this month for Leo, February 2018, Two of Fire. Oh, I like this card. That's so cute. Okay, so figuring out your next steps. It's kind of like that point where you're like, you have the map out in front of you, you're looking at what you want to create, but it's about how do you get there. So this is, you might want to collaborate with somebody, you might want to come together and like start picking people's brains and just figuring out how you can make whatever this is happen. Because it's like you have a lot of ideas, you have plenty of energy, you have plenty of things that you want to make happen. But the Two of Fire, Two of Wands is about collaboration, like coming together and saying, hey, how do I make this happen? How do I do this? How do I structure this? Okay, so first we have, Ten of Cups, happy, joy, things coming together really nicely. Really feeling the love and affection. You know, if you're in a relationship, this is a beautiful card to see because it means you're feeling it, like you're honoring it. This is also a card of family, friendships. It just looks like February is an easier month emotionally for you. And then on the other side, we have Queen of Cups. How funny. I just said it's emotionally easier, but then there's a little bit of moodiness is what I will say. The Queen of Cups is kind of like, in this deck, it's coming across as a little bit huffy, a little bit more irritable, and I think that's coming from the work that you have ahead. You have a lot of great things going on around you, your general emotional state is really good, but it's not without the occasional hiccup or the occasional like frustration energy. Let's see what else we have going on. The Director. This has been coming up a lot. This is reading as control. Let me go ahead and Let me see what this is. What is the director about? What is that control about? What is it? Let me see. Six of Autumn. So Six of Pentacles. This is about really being clear on giving and receiving. Okay, so that's a core lesson for you, is about even exchange, like having giving value, receiving value, and just the reciprocity in all of your relationships is going to come to the forefront. So make sure that you are that you're setting firm boundaries, because now the director is less about the control and more about kind of sticking to your guns, like being firm about, hey, this isn't okay with me. It's okay to say that, because what that's communicating to the universe is that you're ready for reciprocity. And so if you feel like you're over giving, or you're doing too much, or you're taking on 10,000 projects at work, put your foot down. This is the month to do that. It's going to make this a lot clearer too, because if you keep piling things on, taking on all this responsibility, it's going to push you into the Queen of Cups, which is that moodiness. Okay, then we also have the Two of Wands. Again, this is a reiteration of this card right here. And so it looks like that's where you're headed. That's where you're headed, but you have to do this first. You have to set boundaries first, and your decisions are going to be clearer if you're adamant about your boundaries and you're like really sticking to what you want and need. Now, the circumstances and the environment that's around you, we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, work, really focusing on getting things done, making big strides in terms of what you want to accomplish. So that's all good stuff. Then we also have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, this is more decision making, and I see this as being work related. So again, if you have to decide between, do I take that additional project? Make sure that you're considering, there's a huge misconception where people think that if they just take on the most work possible, that they're going to get recognized for that. And that's not always the case. Especially if it's making you look and appear burnt out, you can shoot yourself in the foot by doing that. So let me see what the context of this is. I'm pulling a clarifier for it. Father of Autumn. Yeah, so this is King of Pentacles in a normal deck. So this is like you have to have ownership over where you're giving your energy. It's not about just saying yes to everything. You want to be really intentional with what you're giving your energy to. So you have power. This is showing you that you have the ability to say no. You have the ability to advocate for yourself, not in an insubordination type of way, but in a way that is like setting appropriate boundaries in the appropriate contexts, whether or not that's with work. It could even be with clients. It could be with family. It could be with friends. Boundaries are big for you this month. What else do we have going on around you? You have Seven of Rods. This is really trying to prove yourself. And this is a particularly fatiguing card, especially in this deck, is like working so hard for recognition, but that's not guaranteed, right? So it's kind of travel back inward to yourself and figure out what's going to make you feel good, what's going to make you feel accomplished. And then as you kind of come into alignment with what, where joy is, joy does not live in overextension. Joy does not live in trying to please other people. So just remember that. Okay, and then we also have Judgment. So this is big decisions. This looks like it's about boundaries, but I'm going to clarify this too. Just to see what is that, what's the deal with that Judgment card? What do you have to make a decision about? Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is structure, because we have Saturn, and I I believe that's Earth, if I'm not mistaken. But it's, yeah, so you have decisions to make about the work that you do and about the energy that you're giving, because it's like you have a lot of abundance that has the potential to make its way to you. But don't forget that it's really important for you to align yourself with what you want and make decisions that are going to create a foundation and that are going to bring you abundance. And a lot of the time, if you have so much energy being poured into a black hole or an area that really isn't fruitful, it can create a block from receiving all of that, all of the stuff that you'd like to make happen. Okay, now I'm going to go over the timeline. If you're new to my channel, the timeline goes first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. It's going to be a little bit fluid, okay? So for the first quarter, your growth period is enchanted. All right, so this is feeling like you're really working with divine timing. Things are going to come up for you that are supportive, that are pushing you in the right direction, and you're really being grilled by the universe on boundaries. And so that's kind of like you have all these lessons about boundaries that are coming up. You have all these lessons of self-worth, and that's a very Leo thing, like wanting to prove yourself, that heart chakra self-worth, fifth house, like all of that expression is coming to the surface, especially as we're waking up from winter. This becomes more apparent. So the enchantment is kind of like, how are you listening to what God, the universe, divine source is communicating to you? And then from there, you can expand. Okay. So quarter two, we have blessed. Okay, so making sure that you're practicing gratitude. Whenever I see this card come up, it means it's time to count your blessings. It's time to sink into appreciation for the things that you have and the direction that you're going, and honor each lesson, honor each process, everything that you're going through. And that's going to clear a lot of stuff up, and it's going to make the abundance that you do have more clear. Third quarter, we have create. So this is expression, being able to it's like you're developing something in the material world that you feel proud of. So that's a good outlet. If you feel like you're investing into a black hole, like I said, then create something for yourself, not for the approval of others, but something that's just going to expel some of that energy. Whether you write, paint, you sing, create music, or you want to, like redecorate your room or your home, like all of that falls into creation. Okay, and we have beautiful. There you go. So it looks like you do end up making some necessary changes that are able to support you into owning who you are and owning yourself and just being comfortable and confident with the direction that you're headed in. Okay, now these two cards, this is for those of you who are coupled, who are already in partnership. This is for those of you who are dating. For some people, like both of them could apply, but this is for like if you're single, if you're taking a break from dating, kind of the energy of what's going on if you're not in partnership right now. So if you're coupled, we have Two of Wands. This is, again, same card as these two. So this is the person, your partner is the one that you should be collaborating with and mapping out your next steps, because they're going to support you and help you problem solve. So make sure you can see like they're coming together and they're drawing up plans. They're talking, they're having an intense discussion about what they want to make happen next. And so this is your go-to support person who's going to help you throughout February. Now, if you are single, taking a break, we have the Knave of Swords. So this is, there's still a little bit of independence here, but I see this as you kind of needing to take care of some of this first. And then this could also be like referring to an air sign who's coming into your space, but that's not resonating quite as much. It looks like your energy, the energy that you're putting in other areas is going to be a reflection of the quality of people that you attract into your space. So be mindful. If you're setting really firm boundaries and you're feeling good about what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to, then high quality people are going to make their way into your space. Otherwise, what should I say about this? Otherwise, it's kind of like if you're not clear, if you have poor boundaries, then you're more likely to attract people who are going to take advantage of you. So just keep that in mind, that your boundaries are going to make all the difference in who you call into your space. So I would say lead with boundaries, and attracting partnership will become easier as long as you're being firm with boundaries. Now here's the 3-card pick as usual. I do not care if you pick before I pull them or after I pull them. This reading is for you, so do whatever feels right for you. Card number 1, we have the 9 of Feathers. So perspective, self-empowerment. This is like overcoming any limiting beliefs that you have, kind of breaking out of those old fear pictures that are sitting in your space, burning down that old story and freeing yourself from the confines of your own mind and the defense mechanisms that have been holding you back. Card number 2, we have the Page of Acorns, discovery, enthusiasm, exploring your next steps, kind of like adventure, like having enough energy to move forward in the direction that you want to go, and cultivating the things you'd like to see happen. And card number 3, we have the Empress. So beauty, abundance, tapping into your own sense of femininity, regardless of whether you're male or female. This is about like sensuality in a way that like what makes you feel good, what fills your cup, what makes you feel inspired and creative and empowered. Those are the activities that are going to really enhance your month, okay? So that is all I have in terms of the reading. Don't forget, if you're looking to work with me one-on-one, head on down to the description box for all the links to work with me. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more readings, more content, and I should also let you know that I am going to be doing tarot reviews for all the decks that I have. Those are coming out once a week. And if there's a specific deck you want me to review ahead of time or like sooner rather than later, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know which one you want me to review, even if it's from an old video. And until next time, have an awesome February, and I will talk to you later.